Hello, castaways. Congratulations again. I feel like I've said this every time I've seen you guys this episode, but congratulations on making it to the top 7 here in iSurvivor. This episode, you guys went through hell in order to win safety. And luckily, Erica, you came out of hell alive and you are safe tonight here at Tribal Council, which means 6 of you are vulnerable tonight. We're going to start off with a question and answer ceremony, as always, here in Tribal Council. Erica, did you impress yourself with that immunity challenge win?
Yeah, I did not think that I would even make it past like the blinking one. It was really hard. Every round was really hard. So yeah, I'm quite pleased. Yes, thank you for asking.
When I first described the challenge, did you think that it was something that you could beat Alan in?
No. Almost that morning, I almost just like texted production, just saying like, honestly, you guys kind of screw this challenge. I'm not doing it. I'm not drinking something gross. I'm not doing it. That's not my forte. I don't know what else you're gonna make us do, but it's gonna be something with ping pong balls. And no, like, just why bother? But I'm glad I didn't. So, because yeah, it's like every single round I thought I was gonna go out that round, so I couldn't believe it when I made it to
Did this first individual win come at an even like the most opportune time? Because the round before, had it not been Dr. Fambiarte reverse round, you did have the majority of the votes.
Yeah, I was a target last time, unbeknownst to myself. So that was a fun surprise to learn and to survive. So
you did survive it. You did have the majority of the votes at the last Tribal Council. Had you not won immunity today or for this episode, do you think, history would have just repeated itself?
Yeah, quite possibly. It seemed like, yeah, I think so. I'm glad I have immunity because I feel like it would have been me. And if I don't get immunity next time, I feel like it's going to be me next time. So
now I sort of, actually, to work off of that, you think it's going to be you next time if you don't win immunity. Does knowing that or feeling that, does that make this safety round imperative for you to be on the right side of the numbers this Tribal Council, to make what you want to happen this Tribal Council, so it sets you up better at Final 6?
Sandy, I don't know if there's anything I could do tonight that would get me past sort of like, Sandy, I don't know. I don't know.
Why do you think that you're such a target here at the late stages of the game? Like,
I've heard, I'll tell you what I've heard. I've heard that I'm like this big ass jury threat because I'm just going to snatch all these Vita votes. Like, I don't know which Vita votes people are referring to.
And this is the perception of the people in the game currently.
This is what I've been hearing.
All right. If that were true, why didn't you get on Touchy Subjects the biggest threat to win this game? In fact, it was Alan and Sophie who got that.
Yeah, in fact, I'm quite the opposite. Like, I got all the feedback that was like, Erica's not going to win this. She needs to make a move. I think maybe someone was making up a story to get the target off their own back.
Who is this someone?
I don't know. Look around. So if someone told you that, if someone came to you and said, oh, Erica's a threat, think about who told you that and why they might tell you that. They just want to get the target off their own back.
Katie, what's your opinion on Erica? Do you think that she's a threat to win this game because of the veto votes, apparently, whatever that means?
I haven't talked game with Erica. I like Erica as a person. I think she's really awesome. And I think she's really creative. And I enjoyed her like mannequin display and her dance moves. And she's fun and likable and really personable. So
and that's your perception of her. That's your personal perception of Erica.
Yes. And I think that that's probably a perception from a lot of people. But I'm not going to hold that against her because, to me, she hasn't talked game with me, and that means that she didn't talk game with me back when we were on Vita, and she still hasn't, which means I think she's sticking to her people, and I respect that because she's loyal to who she's loyal to, and I think that that's a cool, great move. So I wouldn't be surprised if she got to the end if she got votes, and I would respect it.
Now, in terms of, because in your perception, Erica's a threat or has a potential to win this game for the reasons that you just mentioned. Anybody else here that you feel has a winning story that could beat you in the end, other than Erica?
You know what? Here in iSurvivor, we're all sitting here for a reason. We all have great stories.
Yeah, but we're talking about just your perception. Your perception. You perceive Erica as a threat. I want to know who else here you perceive as a same threat for the end.
I honestly think that every person that's left in this game has something that they could say to the jury and get votes. I think that we all have great stories, including me.
Well,
but I don't think I'm definitely not the biggest threat here.
You don't think that your perception is you're not the biggest threat, but your perception is that everybody has a winning story.
We're all
do you not have a winning story if your perception is that you're not a threat?
I mean, don't count me out, but also I don't think it's worth gunning for me, because I think I'll have to like pull at tree branches to have a story.
Got it.
I've gotten lots of votes. We all know Aisha's in the jury talking about everything, even though.
All right. So if your perception, so we're getting a little bit deeper into this question. If your perception about yourself is that you need to grasp at tree branches, is there anybody else here that you think, if you can decipher that you're going to be grasping at tree branches, you have to be able to like formulate an opinion as to who has tree trunks ready at the final tribal council?
I've tried to dodge this question 4 times, but you keep coming at me, Sandy.
Because I feel like there's an answer there that I know you have. Who is right now at the final 7, who is your biggest threat?
I mean, Jabberwocky is pretty likable. His dance moves with his mask and his he's got some stuff going on. I think he has some friends in the jury.
All right, so we got your bar as an answer. Okay.
I mean, yeah.
And now that we've named somebody who could potentially be a threat, is it time to cut at those threats, or do you think it's in your best interest to manage them in the game a little bit longer before you make the move?
That's a good question.
Like
I said, I think that was one example. I mean, Hugo's story, if he gets to the end, pretty freaking spectacular. He gets to the end with no votes, who's been on the outs, and single-handedly took out Chrissy, who, if she had gotten to the end, she wins.
Okay, so I'll end this question and answer ceremony with you on this note. You just sort of named 2 threats for different reasons from your perception. How are you going to manage that throughout this game? Is it just determining who's the biggest threat at the time, or enlighten me on how you're going to navigate these threats now that we've just named a few of them and the reasons why. And I'm sure that there are others and there are other reasons for those people too, but we're not going to go through all of them. But how are you going to manage this? How are you going to navigate?
I think at this point in the game, it's about knowing who's a threat and knowing who you can trust and navigating. Maybe it's worth riding it out with a threat if you can trust them.
Trust. Got it. Perfect. Thank you. I'm satisfied, Katie. Hugo.
Shalom.
So, you almost made Katie choke. Katie just mentioned you not having any votes to cast for however long, the remainder of this game, the next tribal council. Maybe you do. With the assumption that you don't have any votes left for the remainder of this game, how do you navigate? Sort of the same question, but we're talking about you with your parchments. If they're there, if they're not there, how can you benefit people and their game, which could be a case for you to stay? But how are you personally going to navigate if you survive tonight?
If I survive tonight, first it's obviously it's if I survive tonight, but it's just whatever I can do. I'm still in the game, so Katie said, grasping at tree branches and hopefully I grab some tree branch that has firm roots stuck to the ground, and I can survive the storm that way.
What have you done since Dr. Fambiarti to make sure that the latter is the case?
Prayed that he doesn't show up again. Like actually, what have I done? I've just been talking to people. Like I've just been talking to people, just being just talking really, and then there's nothing really I can do. Maybe I have a vote, maybe I don't have a vote, but there's nothing really I can do aside from just talking. No harm, no foul, I suppose.
Tonight, final 7, you are unsafe. What are you basing your vote on?
What I'm basing my vote on is not only like if this person ever makes it to the end, if this person actually makes it in, how the hell am I going to make my road there much easier to get to the end? Because if let's say you base your vote on jury threats right now. If you don't make it to the end, it doesn't matter if you base your vote on jury threat at all. If whoever's still around is still making your road there that much harder, so it doesn't really make a point. It doesn't really matter if the jury threat's there or not.
So what do you do tonight?
My favorite choice ever. I flip a coin and I decide from there. I have 2 names in mind and I flip a coin.
Alan, does flipping a coin make you nervous at all to base your vote on a coin flip? Or which direction to go in this game so late in the game based on a coin flip? Does that concern you?
I consider myself one of the unluckiest people. So yes, that concerns me.
Why do you feel like you're one of the unluckiest people? I mean, you're lucky to make it this far in the game.
I'm lucky to make it this far in the game. In life, just like I'm a bad gambler. I always go to casinos and lose my money. I never bet on the right football team. I always pick the over when it's the under. I'm not a lucky person in that sense. So by flipping a coin, I'm betting on the wrong one.
So how has the game changed? Has it amped? Obviously it has, but I want to know how the game is amped up here in the final 7, especially with the round that we just had prior. I know it went quick, but a lot of shit was thrown, a lot of shit was exposed, and how has the game changed?
I mean, a lot of stuff was exposed, and what happened after last tribal, no one went home, but a lot of things were said in the votes, and a lot of things happened in the votes. So, sorry, go ahead.
Continue. Nope, you continue.
No, I was going to say, so, even though we didn't lose anyone, we still gained, I think, knowledge. I still think everyone gained a little bit of information.
And what are you basing your vote on tonight, Alan?
Hugo said it best. You can't worry about jury votes unless you can make it to the end, and I'm just trying to make it to the end.
So this is just trying to make it vote.
Let's go.
Lexi. Alan just stated, a lot came to the surface after last tribal council. A lot of knowledge was shared. What did you learn for yourself from the last vote or the last round?
I mean, I learned that I was kept out of the vote again.
How many times do you feel like if you've been keeping track, how many times have you been left out of the vote?
4, 5, I don't know.
Do you feel like you might be too trusting in this game?
I feel like I have, kept my alliance of who I've always had it with,
So, wait, say that again, that you've always kept to your alliance is what you just said, as I'm making sure I heard you right.
Yeah.
So if you've kept to your alliance, has your alliances been in minority or kept out of the vote as well, or just you?
I mean, if we're being technical, then just me, yeah. But
so how strong were those alliances really if they kept you out of X amount of votes?
I mean, it's not nice to be left out of votes.
So back to my original, let's circle back around. Do you think that you might be too trusting in this game?
I mean, I dare say I probably am. Like, this is my first Survivor game. You know, I didn't really know what was coming in. I mean, I'd never even bloody heard of the show till I applied for it.
I remember that. Do you think, with that being said, because you've lasted quite a long time, more than halfway, do you think that you've been able to learn as you go? And for being a new Survivor fan, do you think that, hey, even being left out of the votes, I'm still here, give me some credit type of thing?
I just have to trust that the people that I aligned myself with, although I've been left out of a few votes, I'm still here, so it's working in my favor, you know.
Yeah, to be fair, being left out of a vote is way better than being the one getting voted out.
Yeah.
So there's a silver lining there. Where is this game going to go for you? Like, how are you going to make it to the end?
Well, I made a bet with my friend that I would make it to Final 5 because that's as far as he lasted. So I've got to make it to Final 5. I'll be happy.
You need those bragging rights.
Yeah, I mean, just to rub it in his face. Honestly, I've come a lot further than I thought I would. I did think the time zone would be a problem. I mean, it has. I mean, it hasn't. I've been awake anyway. I just complain a lot. I like to complain that you have unfair time schedules, or that you had a challenge yesterday that was at 1:30 a.m. my time when my eyes had been hurting all day and I couldn't not blink. So,
And now I know why at the start of the challenge you're like, can I hold my eyes open? Pry them open. I understand that. All right, Sophie.
Yes, sir.
Just let's rewind real quickly. Tell me, because I've rewatched it, but I want to know what you were feeling when it was going down. When Fambiarty came out and everything was revealed. Just rewind quickly. Just tell me what you were feeling and how'd it feel to be back?
Well, you know what? I forgot that I had the tethered thing. So when you were like, we'll be competing, I was like, fun, because I love this stuff. And then you were like, somebody's been tethered, and I was like, you can watch it back. Like, I was like, and then I was like,
the first name
I was like, oh, that's me. I literally forgot. So it was a whirlwind. I was super sweaty after, but I'm so glad to be here.
How thankful were you in that moment that you found the resurrection idol and you were able to hold onto it until that very moment?
I was extremely, extremely thankful. Gave old past Sofa a nice pat on the back.
Did coming back into the game with the resurrection idol and having just almost been, torch snuffed in the manner in which it played out, did it reinvigorate you? Did it light a fire under your ass that, holy shit, like, I was almost out of this game, and now I'm not gonna, because the feeling that came with almost being out, right? You never want to experience that again. So did it ignite something within you?
It sure did. Well, especially because, as we know, the powers expire after, I think, next round. So I was feeling pretty good, like I have this in my pocket. Like I would love to not have to use it just in case anything goes crazy. And now I don't have it anymore. So it did light a little flame under there.
Do you feel a little bit more vulnerable and exposed without it? Because sort of that was like a get out of jail free card that you have in your pocket.
Yeah, I definitely do. Of course.
So have you gone the extra measure without it in this round because of that? Like, I don't have that security blanket. I'm going to need to make sure I'm on the right side of the numbers because I do not want it to be me.
Well, I will say I was really hoping not to ever have to use it. So I kind of just leaned into the relationships that I've already had been making and already have, and just continued to do what I thought I was doing, because it was a safety blanket in my pocket, but I was not playing my game around having it at all because I really did not want to use it.
Yeah. And why are you voting the way you are tonight?
It all goes back to trust every week.
Trust. All right, y'all, question and answer ceremony is over. I'm going to leave the floor open to any of you who have one last plea if you're feeling vulnerable, or but does anybody want to take the floor? Last time to do so. All right. Guys, it is time to vote. One by one, you will make your way over to your confessionals, and you will write down the name of the person you want to see on your parchment. Alan, you're up.
Sandy, if it's okay before we vote,
Yeah.
I'd like to play something, if that's all right with you. In my early searches of the island, I came across something called the soul sacrifice. And what that allows me to do is sacrifice half of the vulnerable souls at tribal council. In doing so, saving the other half. So since Erica is safe, I save 3 people at this tribal, sacrificing the other 3 for elimination.
This is a soul sacrifice. This is a power found on the island. Alan, what 3 souls would you like to save? Erica is out of the equation because she has immunity. 6 vulnerable souls. So, Alan?
I'm going to choose Katie. And my third is going to be Sophie.
All right. This soul sacrifice has been played correctly. You guys cannot no longer vote for Erica because she has immunity. You cannot vote for Alan. His soul has been saved. You cannot vote for Katie. Her soul has been saved. And you cannot vote for Sophie. Her soul has been saved. So of the 7 of you, you can only vote for Lexi, Hugo, or Jabbar. Everybody clear on that? You can only vote for Lexi, Hugo, or Jabbar. Alan, please vote. Erica. Katie. Sophie. Jabbar. And Hugo. I will go tally the votes. Hello, I am back. The votes have been locked and tallied. Once I read them, the decision is final. Person voted out will become the next member of our Poveglia jury. If anyone is in possession of a hidden immunity idol and you would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. And a ghost idol has been played.
Sandy,
Lexi.
can
Yes?
I use my second idol on Jabbar?
The ghost idol has been played to save Lexi. Lexi, that is an authentic Morte idol. Jabbar is now safe. Any votes cast against Jabbar or Lexi will not count.
Not so fast, Kaiba. I too have a secret weapon. I draw Karibo. Actually, I may have found a little a Karibo on the island. Hopefully y'all get the reference, but I would like to play my idol as well.
Hugo is in possession of the original Vita immunity idol. Any votes cast for Jabbar, any votes cast for Hugo, and any votes cast for Lexi does not count. Which means these votes don't matter. Now, the island guys can be your best friend or your worst enemy, as stated at the start of this season. The powers which you all were relying on to be your best dream have unfortunately tonight turned into your worst nightmare. All powers tonight cancel each other out. None of you can be voted for, which means, Erica, you are the only one safe. We are going to a rock draw. Good luck.
Hugo, remember when I said I was the unluckiest person? Watch. Just watch.
Iba, I believe in the heart of the cards.
Okay. I know you guys were expecting these powers to help you. Tonight, you've waited one round too long for them to serve any benefit. In front of me are 6 cups. 5 of them have a white rock underneath them. 1 of them have a purple rock. One of you will be pulling a purple rock. Production, can you please get in contact with Jabbar for when and if his name is pulled? Thank you. So under these is one of them already has a rock underneath it. Oh, these are the numbers. I'm going to turn them in a second. First, we're going to start out with the cup that they're all going into, and you guys can see your names. Katie, holding you, going in. Sophie, Jabbar, Hugo, Alan, and Lexi. I'm going to shake this up. And then one at a time, depending on if your name gets called, you will choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Once you state the number, I'm going to remove the cup. If there is a white rock under there, you are safe. If you uncover the purple rock, I'm sorry, but your game has come to an end. Let's do this first. First one. Sophie, you have 1,
So
2, 3,
fucked up.
4, 5, 6.
This is so fucked up. I'm gonna go 6.
Number 6.
Sandy, this is so fucked. I wanna be.
White rock. Congratulations, Sophie. Next. Jabbar. Production, please try to contact Jabbar. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
He's typing 1 second.
Thank you.
He picked 2.
Number 2. Congratulations, Jabbar. That is a white rock. Next. Hugo, you have 1, 3, 4, or 5.
Gotta go with number 1.
Number 1. Congratulations, Hugo. That is a white rock.
Thank
Lexi,
you.
Katie, Alan, one of you are about to draw a purple rock. Katie, you have 3, 4, or 5.
My son's birthday is the 4th, so I'm going to go with number 4.
Number 4. That is a purple rock.
That blows, y'all. Lexi, you're stacked. What the hell?
I'm sorry, guys.
Oh my God. Ugh,
Katie,
yeah.
unfortunately,
Oh, Sandy, I
rock
know.
has spoken. And
I'm going to go
need bring
befriend
your torch.
Aisha, and I'm going to have her vote the winner I want. Because it's my turn to run shit. Peace out, guys.
The tribe has spoken, sweet Katie.
You guys better know that Lexi, if she gets to the end, she wins this game. She just had 2 idols. So you all better get Lexi or else Lexi's gonna win. So everyone gotta get Lexi. Bye.
I mean, that's rich from Olios, but carry on.
Katie, you are a member of the
Lexi,
jury.
I did not mean that at all. I'm not trying to leave like Aisha did. I don't know how that feels, but I'm legitimate. If you sit at the end, Lexi, that was huge, tribal council. You just saved 2 of the people that are big threats. That's huge. This is a respect thing. I respect you, but I'm just letting everyone else know that if Lexi sits at the end, Lexi wins. She better be the next out of here. She's getting all the votes.
Katie, you're a member of this jury. You will have a say on who wins this game. Production will be in your chat momentarily.
Thank you. Bye.
That was like so fucked up, I have to say. This whole thing, this whole evening has been absolutely ridiculous.
Messed up.
How does everyone feel about playing all those powers?
How does everybody going to feel about saving all those powers till the bitter end? Or almost the bitter end? As always, you can plan as much as you want, but you never know what's going to happen in iSurvivor. The one person you need to be looking out for in this game is yourself. If you haven't learned that by now, you're going to be following Katie out the door. 6 of you remain. Lexi, Alan, Hugo, Erica, Sophie, Jabbar, congratulations. Made the top 6. Next immunity challenge is coming. You guys can head back to camp and enjoy the aftermath. Bye.